This video is brought to you by WeGotSoccer.com, offering all the latest soccer gear at everyday low prices. Don't forget to use coupon code SR4U at checkout for 10% off any order, plus free shipping within the US on any order of $75 or more. Hey guys, Josh from SoccerReviewsForYou.com, bringing you an unboxing plus on-feet video of the Nike CTR360 Trequartista 3 in the citrus black and white colorway. If you guys could take a second to leave a quick like on the video, it would be greatly appreciated. Get these shoes out of the box and the box out of the way. And this is one of those colorway releases from Nike that really confused me. The original pictures that we saw kind of posted online made this shoe look very, very yellow, and for that reason it appeared to be very similar to that of the launch colorway of the Maestri 3. But I can definitely tell you that this citrus color is a lot different in person than what the online stock photos show. It's definitely a lot more orange than it is yellow, and it looks like it sounds citrus. I can't really describe it to you. It's not as bright of an orange as an orange would be, but it's still a very bright color. Definitely the most flashy colorway of the CTR360 line that we've seen so far. I actually grabbed a pair of the yellow ones so we can put them side by side so you can get an idea of the color. That's definitely yellow and that's definitely orange. There's a pretty significant difference between the two, and while the black and white swoosh sections on the shoe are pretty much exactly the same, the actual main colorway of the shoe is a lot different. So again, very different if you compare the two side by side. The citrus colorway is definitely a lot brighter in my opinion. As far as the Trequartista 3 itself is concerned, it's probably one of, if not the best takedown model currently out there on the market. And I'm generally not a big promoter of takedown models because there are a lot of shoes that you can either pick up on sale or are from less popular companies that you can get for pretty low prices, generally the price of a takedown model, that are going to be a lot better quality. But as far as the Trequartista 3 is concerned, it uses some pretty premium materials that make it a very good choice if you are on the market for a takedown model or just don't have a huge budget to spend on your soccer shoes. I do have, like I said, a full written review for this guy already up on my website, SoccerReviewsForYou.com, which you can find linked down below in the description. And that's going to give you all the information as to how these shoes fit, feel, and perform if you are interested in learning more. As far as what makes this shoe, or part of what makes this shoe so great, is the Kangalite synthetic upper on here. Kangalite is a premium synthetic material from Nike. It's also used on the Maestri 3, and although the Trequartista's Kangalite is not identical to the top-end Maestri, it still is very high quality. Kangalite is a synthetic from Nike designed to mimic the feel of natural leather, and it does that better than any other synthetic currently out there on the market. For me, Kangalite is easily the most impressive synthetic out there right now, and if you've ever been if you're a leather person and you've never really tried a synthetic before, but you're thinking about trying one, Kangalite is definitely one of those synthetics that you should give a try because it's incredibly impressive. It's the only synthetic out there that I've seen that has the ability to mimic that natural padding that you can only normally find from a natural leather. And while it's not identical to what you're going to get from a natural leather, it does have the benefits of a synthetic material in that it's a slightly lighter makeup in terms of its construction. It doesn't stretch, it's not going to absorb as much water, and for that reason it's going to dry a lot quicker as well. But again, it's very, very flexible for a synthetic, and if they didn't tell you it was synthetic, you would probably guess that it's a leather. It's just that good. You do have this little bit of dimpling on the outside of the upper that I find to do nothing. It's there pretty much for looks more than anything. And then you do have this fairly large rubberized pass section or pass pad on the instep here. Honestly, again, it doesn't perform all that, it doesn't change the overall performance of the shoe. The elements themselves are pretty thin. They're not very abrasive at all. And if anything, all they do is just provide a slightly more solid surface when receiving and passing the ball. And that's pretty much it. You can see you do have a slightly unique lacing system on the CTR360 line where it's pushed to the instep as opposed to being to the outside or down the middle. And again, some people are worried about that affecting their strike on the ball. Personally, I'm a big fan of it in that it's very, very comfortable to wear and actually provides a pretty good fit. But if it's not going to get in the way when you're striking the ball, just keep that in mind. I know a lot of people have this kind of misconception that laces are going to change the way that, or your ability to strike the ball, and that's just not the case here. You do have an internal plastic heel counter as well, with a synthetic leather liner on the inside with some pretty decent padding. If I pull out the insole here, you can see you have this mesh liner on the top with a pretty plain old-fashioned EVA foam that has a good thickness to it and provides some pretty good comfort. And when you pull the insole out, if you look on the inside, there's actually a little white pad there that's even more EVA foam just to provide that little extra level of cushioning. Again, I like that little innovation that Nike put in there. We move on to the sole plate here. You can see it's a pretty low profile for a plastic sole plate, a lot thinner than you might expect. And again, it's designed for firm natural grass playing surfaces. This is the firm ground model and is intended to be used on firm natural grass. If you're playing on AG or artificial grass, I strongly recommend going for the AG stud pattern that is available in both the Trequartista and the Maestri models. The stud pattern itself is kind of a reworked version of the stud pattern on the Tiempo line. Instead of having conical studs all the way through, you have kind of like these half moon shaped studs here on the instep and then more bladed studs on the outside. They're all fairly narrow, so they're going to dig in pretty easily, but the idea is to have kind of more grip on the outside when you're pushing off, and then have these rounded shapes towards the outside edges on the instep, so when you're actually pushing off and your foot releases a little bit quicker because you have a round edge as opposed to a straight edge. And it's also going to provide that little bit of extra maneuverability once your forefoot is planted, which is definitely a good thing. And again, this is personally one of my favorite stud patterns to use on firm ground. Again, it just works really, really well. That's pretty much it as far as the unboxing portion of this video goes, and we'll move on to the quick on feet section so you get an idea of the fit on these shoes. Alright, here's a look at the Trequartista 3s on feet, and they fit really, really well, especially for a takedown model that is synthetic. One thing to note about the CTR360 line, in comparison to all the other lines from Nike, is that they run half a size small. So where I would normally wear a size 9 US in pretty much every other Nike shoe, when it comes to the libretto, the Trequartista, and the Maestri, I need to wear a half size up. So I'm wearing a size 9.5 in this particular pair, and the fit in the length is absolutely perfect. So if you are looking to order a pair for yourself, I strongly recommend going up half a size from any other model of Nikes or even Adidas, because this is the only one that really does run half a size small. As far as the fit in the width goes, they fit really, really well. It's not the widest shoe, but it is going to be okay for wider footed players. Just keep in mind that Kangalite, while it is soft, really doesn't have all that much stretch to it. The laces being slightly to the instep provide a very, very comfortable fit. There's no real pressure points on the foot at all, even when you pull the laces really, really tight. And for that reason, like I said, it fits really comfortably. It grabs the instep well. The outside of the foot wraps outside of the shoe, wraps your foot really nicely. And then the toe box seems to be a little bit more narrow than perhaps most people would like, but again, it just improves the overall fit in my opinion. And I like the overall shape of the CTR360 Maestri 3. Again, it has a very similar shape to what you're going to find on the Legend. That's pretty much it as far as the on-feet portion of this video goes, and I'll leave you to my final thoughts. Alright guys, that's it for my unboxing plus on-feet video of the Nike CTR360 Trequartista 3 in the citrus colorway. Like I said, the full written review can be found on my website, soccerreviewsforyou.com. You'll find a direct link to the review page down below in the description. On that same review page, you're going to get the high quality pictures of this exact pair here that are going to give you a better idea as to how these actually do look in person, as well as buy it now links with the best prices online, including some exclusive SR4U coupon codes if you are interested in ordering a pair of these for yourself. I do have a comparison video between the Maestri, the Trequartista, and the libretto already up on my channel, so if you haven't seen that already, I'll leave it annotated on screen. If you have any questions related to this shoe, feel free to leave a comment down below. If you could leave a like on the video, it would be greatly appreciated. If you're not subscribed to the channel already, be sure to hit that subscribe button for daily videos on all the latest soccer gear, including unboxings plus on feets, reviews, comparisons, some free kicks. All kinds of crazy stuff happens on this channel, so like I said, if you're not subscribed already, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Other than that, guys, I have an Instagram now, so if you do want to follow me on Instagram, my Instagram is VujoJosh, just like this channel name. You can go ahead and look me up, or again, the link will be provided down below in the description. Other than that, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, thanks for watching.